but really no reason to talk much. Dinner at night, sky.
Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Seahawks and the Broncos. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight we kick off the preseason with a good matchup right away between the Seattle Seahawks and the Denver Broncos. Charles Davis alongside me, and I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, folks, the wait is over. Yes, it's just the preseason, but football is back in your living room.
And I'm excited. I know you are as well. The summer heat feels good on these old bones, especially because we're not putting on pads. We don't have to be out there in that heat running into other people. But I'm glad these guys are. Football is back.
And off we go from Denver. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
We knew about the great mind coming out of Duke, and we saw the athletic ability and the potential. Watching it all come together and get better with each passing year, that's been fun. He can throw it deep, throw it short, and, of course, take off out of the pocket and beat you with his legs as well.
They begin the drive with Williams. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Caleb Farley. And the Seahawks are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. And leading them out is their... quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And that's run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Unable to drop the hammer. He just dropped the pass. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. This is intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage. So he
rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, it's still in the first half here. A long way to go. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And he's missed now his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now bring up 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. He's been fortunate in one sense. I mean, he's thrown the 2 interceptions. That's not fortunate. The good news is haven't led to points on either one of those picks. So a fresh start here, 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Jones. Eluding the press. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
An offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field. Any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
There's Sam Martin now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That's taken inside his own 40. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
2nd down and inches. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Seahawks will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw to the defense. They had no answer for that right there.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Bass now to send it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Steps away. Got his man. It's Dulcich. The ball comes out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
Preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
And out now come the Seahawks. Now, these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after him.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. 42 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Tyler Bass now for the point after.
And it's good to make it 14-0. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
That's a defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Broncos on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately. after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They'll keep it on the ground. Reed. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Off the play fake, here's Willis. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Play action. Here's Willis.
Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Seahawks have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the... They have certainly looked near flawless here this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Ready, go!
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep.
Faster, faster! The wide receiver of the ball carrier. Let's go!
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here we go.
A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Now they got to get to the line quickly. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks take back over. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Second down, Willis looks to throw here. He finds his man, complete. It's Oliver. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll set up a throw to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Flushed out right. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
A 46-yard attempt.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Here's McLeod from his end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Let's just call that play exactly what it is. Needed, because they wanted to get back in the game, and they knocked the ball free, and now they have a chance to do exactly that.
They got the chance. Now they have to take advantage. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Josie Jewell, the linebacker, getting the sack. So we have reached half. Well, we all missed football in the offseason, but apparently not everybody missed halftime. We skip right over it. We get back to the action.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead. Absolutely.
NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
They go play action with Willis. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Willis.
And this one complete to Reed. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. 3rd down, it's Willis.
And that is incomplete.
So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
He'll look to throw.
And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No, it. Did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Here's Sam Martin now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. A 57-yard punt, 11 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. He's got the hook up to McLeod. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
On 2nd and 12, Willis.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
On third down, it's Willis.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They'll send this away to the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's 2nd and 8. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Back to throw here. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Complete to number 89. It's the gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. That's a 42-yard line.
5 yards remain on 2nd down.
They'll drop the throw.
That's taken in by Dulcich. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Back to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. To give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
And they'll try to run the option here.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown.
Greg Dulcich.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Broncos are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And it makes the score 21-10. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told.
And a Greg Dulcich touchdown reception finished that drive off. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
To throw, here's Willis.
Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Now Willis on 1st and 10.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. When the guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Willis. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is incomplete.
When he saw it all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. The Broncos on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
Offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs. And he
is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet and said, go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. This defense really clamping down. Although they're losing the game still, this second half has been theirs.
And they're winning it. I almost equate it to being a boxer. And whenever you see a good fight, the guy who is on his toes and doing the...
And nowhere to run for Willis. He goes down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed him. Off the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25.
It's a big play there for Seattle. 41 yards.
Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Willis will look to throw on 1st down.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Broncos are right back in this football game. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play. Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Back to throw now in his own end zone.
Complete to Likely. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete.
And he is going to have a Broncos 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. Taking it in.
And the Broncos use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
Takes it at the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So all eyes on this Seahawks offense. Down by 4. And time, a huge factor. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing, Willis.
They're able to complete this one to McLeod. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point 4th quarter lead.
Well, remember now, no overtime in the preseason, but where the score's at now, overtime would be unlikely. If these guys can put it in the end zone here, they'd be looking pretty good.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now it's the Broncos' turn, trailing by a field goal. A little over 40 seconds to go. And they need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And some room to roam now. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 48 yards. He's back to throw. Got his man, it's Dulcich. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. And they run the option on 2nd down. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Quick throw here, that's complete. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. And his kick is indeed good, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
So, Charles, this is a game that certainly had some intrigue, but I think you...